Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is going to be titled Wrong is an Illusion. People love to tell others what they think is wrong, as if their perspective is the ultimate truth. But the reality is that everything is subjective. I know that sounds like a cliche. Everyone says everything is subjective. But I want to approach this topic differently in a way that makes it more engaging. Imagine this. You like to start your day with a McDonald's breakfast, then go home, play video games, sleep for 5 or 6 hours, and later head to your night job. After work, you grab some more fast food and repeat the cycle. Eventually, you're going to run into someone who tells you that the way you're living is wrong. Maybe they think you're unhealthy, unmotivated, or wasting your life. But who decided that their version of life is the correct one? Or consider another scenario. You have a back injury or struggle with severe weight issues, so you use a motorized scooter at the grocery store. Someone sees you and silently judges, assuming you don't really need it, that you're just lazy. They think it's wrong, but that belief is based entirely on their perspective, not on any universal truth. People tend to speak as if their opinions are absolute facts. They preach their views as if they hold some higher moral authority, and unfortunately, many others buy into it. But what's wrong to one person might be perfectly fine to another. As a guy in a YouTube video once said, we're in the matrix, meaning the way we perceive reality is shaped by our own experiences. Your good might be someone else's bad. What brings you happiness may bring another person discomfort. The world is full of different perspectives. If someone looks at the way you live and decides it's wrong, that doesn't make it wrong. It just means they see things differently. And that's fine. But what's frustrating is when people don't acknowledge that their opinions are just opinions. Instead of saying, in my opinion, or I personally believe, they speak as if their view is the only truth. That's where the real issue lies. This mindset applies to so many areas of life: the way people eat, their lifestyle choices, their sexuality. There's always someone who believes something about them is wrong. Some people think playing video games all day is a waste of time. Um, Others believe vaping, smoking, or drinking after work is a terrible habit. But no matter what it is, you'll always find someone ready to tell you that you shouldn't be doing it. I've touched on this topic before in my videos, but I don't think I've ever dedicated an entire discussion to it. Of course, there are universal moral boundaries. Murder and theft, for example, are generally seen as wrong. But even within those boundaries, there are complexities. Take stealing. Is it always wrong? There's a movie where a group of elderly men lose their pensions after working for a company for decades. The company moves overseas, leaving them with nothing. Their pensions, money they had rightfully earned, are gone. So they plan a bank heist to take back what was stolen from them. From an outside perspective, they're just robbing a bank. But if you look deeper, they don't see themselves as thieves. They see themselves reclaiming what's theirs. Of course, it's just a movie. But if something similar happened in real life, people would still argue. Some would say it's still wrong to rob a bank, while others would say they were only taking back what was stolen from them. It's all about perspective. That's why I don't let other people's opinions bother me when they try to tell me what I'm doing is wrong. The people who judge me all do things that I think are wrong, too. Everyone has their own way of living, and at the end of the day, we're all just going to do what we want to do. What really exhausts me is how some people act like they're preaching the gospel of life, as if there's only one correct way to live. There isn't. The idea that one lifestyle is universally superior to another is ridiculous. So when people start lecturing me about my choices, I just let them talk. I don't argue. I don't try to defend myself. I just nod and say, okay, because honestly, I don't care. I live the way I want, and they live the way they want. At the end of the day, no one is going to change their mind just because someone else told them they're wrong. People hold on to their beliefs because those beliefs make sense to them. Trying to force someone into a different way of thinking never really works. So instead of wasting time arguing with people who believe they hold the one true perspective, I just focus on living my life the way I see fit, because in the end, their opinions don't matter, and neither do mine. Anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Signing out. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye for now.